Well, welcome to Vigotel Mobile presents Allied Bank Tri-Nation Series, and it's the pitchside studio. It's been a long season at home in terms of course, the bilateral series, now the Tri-Nation, and then the all-important ICC Champions Trophy. But what a win by New Zealand, winning this comprehensively by 5 wickets and taking the trophy away, unbeaten in the tournament. Today, as we know, for those who haven't followed the game, Pakistan won the toss and decided to bat first and couldn't get that desired total of 280, 270. Managed only 242 and bowled out within 50 overs, and New Zealand finished it off with 5 wickets down. In our studio to discuss this and of course the preparations for the upcoming tournament, we have Sana Mir and Naseem Shah. Naseem Shah से start करते हैं. Naseem, जिस तरह से हमने ये टूर्नामेंट देखा, जो लाहौर से लेके यहाँ तक मैचेस हुए, कोई भी टीम हो, बॉलर्स थोड़े से अंडर द पंप रहे हैं, अंडर द प्रेशर रहे हैं, क्योंकि 300 सवा 300 रन तो बन ही रहे हैं. कितना गेन किया है एज अ बॉलिंग यूनिट इस ट्राई नेशन से चैंपियंस ट्रॉफी के रास्ते पे?
देखिए, बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम, बिल्कुल जिस तरह के पिचेस हैं तो एज़ अ बॉलर आपको बहुत कंट्रोल के साथ बॉलिंग करनी पड़नी है, बहुत स्क्वीज़ बॉलिंग अच्छी लाइन लेंथ से, क्योंकि इस पे आप विथ नहीं दे सकते हो एज़ अ बॉलर. तो बिल्कुल एज़ अ बॉलिंग यूनिट हमारा यही प्लान था कि हम जितनी जल्दी इस पिच को ऑब्ज़र्व करें और उस हिसाब से हम बॉलिंग करें. और जिस तरह के स्कोर बन रहे हैं उसमें यही है कि जितनी अच्छी लाइन लेंथ से आप स्क्वीज़ बॉलिंग करोगे तो उतना ही फ़ायदा होगा.
जब बैटिंग साइड या आपकी टीम 300 बना दे तो आप बॉलिंग यूनिट को थोड़ा सा एक फ्रीडम मिल जाता है, लेकिन जब छोटा टोटल डिफेंड करना हो, क्या चेंजेस लेके आते हैं अपनी बॉलिंग में कि उसमें ज़्यादा एक्सपेरिमेंट नहीं कर सकते?
देखिए, बिल्कुल जब ज़्यादा रन बनते हैं तो एज़ अ बॉलर आपके पास ये होता है कि आप अटैकिंग बॉलिंग कर सकते हो. और जब कम रन्स होते हैं ऑब्वियसली आपको फिर दोनों चीज़ें देखनी होती हैं कि आपने रन्स भी स्क्वीज़ करनी है और आपने विकेट भी लेनी है. तो उसमें आपके पास चांस थोड़ा कम होता है और आपको थोड़ी ज़्यादा डिसिप्लिन बॉलिंग करनी पड़ती है.
सना, कोई ऐसी चीज़ जो आपने नोटिस की हो बॉलिंग यूनिट को लेके, खासकर पाकिस्तान टीम की?
मेरे ख्याल से आज काफ़ी अच्छी बॉलिंग इनकी तरफ से नज़र आई. अगर देखा जाए तो टारगेट इतना ज़्यादा नहीं था, सो ये बड़ा ज़रूरी था कि जैसे नसीम ने भी बात की कि एक तो डिफरेंट लेंथ्स पे बॉलिंग करते हुए नज़र आए फास्ट बॉलर्स भी, और स्पिनर्स में ख़ास तौर पे सलमान अली आगा को अगर मैं देखूं तो थोड़ा बॉल का स्लो भी कराया पर विकेट्स में फ़िनिश किया. तो ये बड़ा ज़रूरी है. जैसे नसीम ने भी बात की कि आप बहुत ज़्यादा रूम नहीं दे सकते यहाँ पर, आपको विकेट्स के अंदर ज़्यादा रहना पड़ेगा. और डिसिप्लिन बॉलिंग आज 16 वाइड्स थी, उसके ऊपर ज़रूर नज़र रखनी पड़ेगी पाकिस्तान को आगे जाते हुए, क्योंकि फिर ना सिर्फ वो एक्स्ट्रा रन्स हैं, एक्स्ट्रा डिलीवरीज भी हैं. और इस पिच के ऊपर फिर आपको पता है कि जिस तरह की रन्स बन रहे हैं, आउटफील्ड भी बड़ा तेज़ है, तो इन सब चीज़ों को थोड़ा और डिसिप्लिन करना पड़ेगा पाकिस्तान को.
नसीम, आप और शाहीन सीनियर मेंबर्स माने जाते हैं बॉलिंग अटैक के, क्योंकि फ़हीम कम बैक कर रहे हैं, हसनैन ने भी अभी स्टार्ट किया है. वो कितना लोड होता है, प्रेशर होता है, और फिर कितना ज़्यादा बाकी बॉलर्स के साथ शेयर करने का प्लान होता है आप दोनों का?
देखिए, बिल्कुल रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी होती है कि टीम आपकी तरफ देखते हैं कि अर्ली ऑन ब्रेक थ्रू मिल जाए टीम को. और नए बॉल के साथ हमारी यही कोशिश होती है. सम टाइम जिसका बॉल अच्छा चल रहा होता है जिस एंड से, तो वो यही कोशिश करता है कि अटैकिंग बॉलिंग करें और टीम को अर्ली ऑन विकेट दें. और बिल्कुल एज अ बॉलिंग यूनिट हम फिर वो चीज़ डिस्कस करते हैं कि इस पिच पे किस लेंथ से किस लाइन से बॉलिंग करनी चाहिए और किस वेरिएशन से बॉलिंग करनी चाहिए. तो अर्ली ऑन हमारी यही कोशिश होती है कि उस चीज़ को हम डिस्कस करें और इसी प्लेन पे रहें.
Of course, हर टीम जीतना चाहती है, and when you look at this particular final, Pakistan and New Zealand both would like to win that. Preparation अपनी जगह पर है, but what are the areas you feel maybe apart from the 242 less runs, was there anything that the bowling lacked?
I think bowling has to be supported by the fielding. We saw some drop catches. I think that becomes very, very crucial on a pitch like this when you are able to extract chances. I think that is something definitely Pakistan will have to improve. As a bowling unit, I do feel the fifth bowler, Haris Rauf, hopefully if he gets fit, this unit will look a bit different. But if you see this match particularly, 4 bowlers were used most of the time. Fahim and Khushdil shared very few overs. So that fifth bowler has to be very crucial, because to defend at a smaller target, you need all your bowlers to fire and all the bowlers to bowl with a lot of discipline.
You feel all areas are covered and boxes are ticked in terms of that preparation that one was looking for in this Tri-Nation?
Look, Pakistan chased really well the other day. I do feel with the new 11. We saw a lot of changes in the 11. Pakistan is still not a very settled side. We can't say this is a settled side. Babar is playing out of his comfort zone. He's opening the innings. One of the partnerships with Fakhr was really good. Otherwise, there have been pressure on the middle order straight away, with a couple of wickets being lost in the power play. And I think that is something New Zealand did really well. They started off slow. They kept wicket in hand, and that's why they were able to exploit the middle overs.
नसीम, आखिरी सवाल कर लेते हैं कि बॉलिंग, क्योंकि तमाम टीमों की जो है वो अंडर प्रेशर ही रही है इस टूर्नामेंट में, क्या ये डिसीजन पहले से था कि हम टेस्ट करेंगे कि हमारी बॉलिंग कुछ डिफेंड कर सकती है चैंपियंस ट्रॉफी में जाने से पहले, क्योंकि आज टॉस जीत के रिजवान ने सीधा बैटिंग का फैसला किया?
देखिए, बिल्कुल हमारा यही प्लान था कि चैंपियंस ट्रॉफी से पहले हम ये देखें कि बाद में ड्यू पड़ता है या नहीं पड़ता, और इस वजह से हमने ये डिसीजन लिया कि हम पहले बैटिंग करें और बाद में बॉलिंग को भी टेस्ट करें कि बाद में पिच क्या बिहेव करते हैं। तो आई थिंक एक पॉजिटिव चीज़ है, जिस तरह के हम थोड़े से 25-30 रन शॉर्ट थे, अदरवाइज़ जिस तरह का पिच था तो इस पे 270-280 में हम उनको पकड़ सकते थे। थोड़ी सा हमें फील्डिंग को थोड़ी सी इम्प्रूव करनी पड़नी है, और या चीज़ों का काफ़ी आइडिया हुआ सेकेंड इनिंग्स में भी कि आगे चैंपियंस ट्रॉफी में अगर सेकंड बॉलिंग करते तो हमको ये एक हेल्प होगी।
आई थिंक वो तो बहुत अच्छी चीज़ है कि दोबारा से ट्राई किया. इट्स वेरी गुड फ्रॉम द थिंक टैंक दैट दे change that decision. But one other thing I would like to mention here, that how to take the review. I think that is where also Pakistan needs to improve, because that will be crucial. We have lost a few reviews, and today also on Abrar's bowling we were not able to take that review, and I think that is another area where all the players, the captain, the bowler, they can learn and use technology for their own benefit.
होता क्या है कि जब बॉल जाके पैड को लगता है, बॉलर को लगता है आउट है.
मैं खुद बॉलर रही हूँ, मुझे पता है.
चलिए नसीम, एक बात बड़ी अच्छी रही पर्सनली, हमने देखा जो आपकी बॉलिंग रही, फास्ट एंड क्विक, यू लुकिंग इन गुड रिदम. वी विश यू बेस्ट ऑफ लक फॉर द ICC चैंपियंस ट्रॉफी, एंड आई एम श्योर दैट यू विल विन a lot more accolades for Pakistan.
Inshallah.
Thank you, sir.
All right, so time for us to take a short break. When we come back, we'll have our very own Danny Morrison joining us, celebrating right now in the background. Welcome back to the Pitchside Studio. And New Zealand win a Tri-Nation after 2005. And what a way to win it. All 3 games, they were unbeaten, and they've lifted the trophy and going in full force into the ICC Champions Trophy, which is in about a couple of days. Winning this match by 5 wickets, and all said and done. And here in the studio of the Pitchside Studio, we have a very happy Danny Morrison alongside, and you have a long journey back home in your first class seat, 1A, feet up, watching the highlights, living every moment.
Well, I might sit with a pilot. Just gave him a call and said, "Come on, Danny, come and sit with me." Yeah.
Danny, it's been a quick Tri-Nation. How do you sum it up in terms of New Zealand and their preparations?
Well, it's gone to plan quite clearly. You think of everyone having a decent bat. Bowlers got out there and did their thing. All of them, in fact. The pacers, spin as well, Mitch Santner, and you think about Bracewell as well. So when you look at it, and even Tommy Latham, who had a horror run, hadn't he? 3 ducks on the trot. So he had a bit of luck, and you need that lady luck, don't you, on your side. So I think Gary Stead and the coaching staff, Sukhinder, will be very happy the way things have panned out, as a bit of a dress rehearsal, as you mentioned, for the ICC Champions Trophy starting on the 19th, right here next week.
How do you see the quicks? Henry is there, but what about his partner? Lockie Ferguson, not available. Who fills those shoes? Who do you see doing good here?
Well, we've just seen today, haven't we, in terms of Will O'Rourke. Like what I see about him. Duffy, you know, he's another tall guy, so quite different in terms of those sort of bowlers. Shame for Ben Sears. He's gone home with a hamstring injury. And Lockie, I mean, you think about Lockie Ferguson, 150 clicks, very unique. I ran into Mitch Santner at the hotel and he said, isn't it great when you've got someone with pace and good slower balls, great death bowling option as well. So let's wait and see what happens with Ferguson and his body, because he's got a history of it, isn't he?
When you look at this game, Sanam, we've spoken about Pakistan in that first session of our show. New Zealand, what has impressed you? Apart from the usual suspects, Kane, Williamsons and Henrys, what has impressed you about New Zealand?
I think their overall combination, the composition of the team, I think it's a very, very balanced side. They've got a really good off spinner, left arm spinner, Satna. He has been brilliant with the ball. The batters have stood up. We saw Glenn Phillips the other day, Daryl Mitchell. He's so reliable in that middle order. Kane Williamson. They have lost early wickets every time in every innings, but then Kane Williamson comes in and he stables the ship. And overall, I think their fielding, their fitness, everything is there to be impressed about, and I think overall they do put themselves a hand up for being one of the strongest teams coming into this Champions Trophy.
We know that all the teams participating in the Champions Trophy are sort of professionals, but do you think that these three countries who played the Tri-Nation will be a little step ahead after having a couple of games in front of the crowd?
I think it's helped, no doubt about that. And then you think about Matthew Britsky getting an opportunity. That's really good for him. Sadly for him, he's going to go home. He's not in the squad because South Africa, with their SA20 tournament, the overlapping nature of the calendar. But, you know, when you had Klaassen come out and play like he did, Bavuma, the skipper, it bodes well. Bowlers missing. You think about clearly Marco Jansen and Rabada, those key elements to that South African side. Yeah, look, that's what you want, right? You made yourself available. Let's come and play against Pakistan. Wanted to have a good run around with the tri-series. It does help you. There's no doubt when you get out in conditions and get used to what's in front of you is in terms of playing conditions, at 22 yards. And so that's ideal for Pakistan and New Zealand to get into this tri-series final. It would have been a nightmare if Pakistan hadn't made it, right? And the boys chased that down, that 350, and allowed South Africa to play tonight. Didn't happen, which was great, but if it had, it would have been more practice for the South Africans.
And when you look at these two sides, they're not done yet because they meet each other again on the 19th. As Pakistan are the defending champions, they meet New Zealand on the same ground, National Bank Stadium, and that will be on the 19th. That kicks off the ICC Champions Trophy, and see so many other teams. Yes, lots of fast bowlers from around the world have faced injuries. Lockie Ferguson, we mentioned, Jasprit Bumrah, Pat Cummins. So that takes away a bit of venom from each and every one of them in terms of their bowling lineups. But yes, there are good reserves available on the bench. It's going to be a cracker of a tournament. It's going to be in Karachi, Lahore, Rawalpindi, and Danny's favourite, Dubai.
Well, I'll tell you what, just looking at that, a tricky match for the South Africans. Afghanistan here on the 21st at this venue, and you think about their spin, and a certain guy called Faruqi as well with his swing. So, yeah, watch out for the Afghanistan side.
And, of course, New Zealand will face Bangladesh after Pakistan, and then they've got another encounter lined up. I'm trying to read with my weak eyesight. But
India.
Dubai.
So, yeah, they've got a tough group. Actually, everyone has. The format of the ICC Champions Trophy is such that you lose one game, you'll be catching up.
Yeah, I think I was reading Bavuma's quote about how this championship might be more difficult than the ODI World Cup, because there you still have a chance. If you miss out on a game or two, you can still come back. But here, you cannot falter. And that's why this Tri-Nation, Tri-Series is so important, getting that experience in.
Yeah, they all will be hoping to wear that white blazer that's given to you if you lift that trophy, and all the nations will be fighting for that. Yeah, first time ever for Afghanistan to be participating in the ICC Champions Trophy. We keep talking about how quickly and what a great story they have been.
Yeah, I think I'm with Danny on this. Afghanistan is a side that will challenge a lot of teams in these conditions, especially. You talk about Rashid Khan, you talk about Dew. He loves bowling in the Dew, and he's one of those spinners who loves bowling in these conditions. Their batting has come good, so overall they do look like a side that's going to challenge everyone in this competition.
All right, I think I'm being told that it's time for us to wrap up because Danny has to catch a flight. But before that, we have to hear from the fans, because they've loved every moment of it, and they came in numbers because after that big chase against South Africa, they were very eager to see Pakistan lift the trophy.
मैच हार गए, ऑब्वियसली अफसोस तो है. पहले भी इनसे हार गए थे, यार फाइनल दोबारा हार गए, लेकिन फाइट किया. स्कोर बहुत कम था. जो मेन प्लेयर्स ने रन नहीं किए तो जाहिर सी बात है, फिर जब रन नहीं होते तो चीज़ डिफेंड करना मुश्किल होता है. फिर प्लेयर्स ने फाइट किया, फील्डिंग अच्छी करी आज. अब उम्मीद ये जो सबक सीखे हैं वो चैंपियंस ट्रॉफी में काम आएंगे।
सर आज मेरा पेपर था, वो पेपर छोड़ के मैं पाकिस्तान को सपोर्ट करना आया था, लेकिन खैर पाकिस्तान मैच हार गया है। लेकिन थोड़ी बहुत बेहतरी की ज़रूरत होनी चाहिए पाकिस्तान के प्लेयर्स को। बाबर आजम की फॉर्म वापस आनी चाहिए। बाबर आजम बहुत दिनों से बड़ी मुश्किलात का शिकार है। कोई ऐसी गोली होनी चाहिए जो डॉक्टर बाबर आजम को लिखे और उनकी परफॉर्मेंस दोबारा से वैसी हो जाए।
नसीम शाह ने आज इतना अच्छा परफॉर्म किया भी है, उसने सबसे पहली विकेट भी ली है एंड इट वाज लाइक रियली फन टू सी हिम प्ले, क्योंकि ऑब्वियसली अब वो नसीम शाह है और वो जितवा भी सकता है मैच, लेकिन आज नहीं जीते तो इट्स अ लॉस आज।
फैंस सारे नाराज हैं, मैं बहुत ज़्यादा नाराज हूँ, लेकिन आई होप सो, उम्मीद पे दुनिया कायम है। पाकिस्तान न्यूजीलैंड से अगले मैच में इंशाल्लाह जीतेगा।
बैड लक फॉर दिस गेम बट चैंपियन ट्रॉफी इज कमिंग इन इंशाल्लाह एंड वी हैव हाई होप्स इंशाल्लाह कि पाकिस्तान विल विन their matches and hopefully will put up a good fight.
Yeah, of course, there is a bit of disappointment when you talk about Pakistan lifting the trophy with the fans talking about it. They want someone to invent a pill for Babar Azam that he can just have it and score runs.
Very obsessed, isn't it? But then again, I get it. You think about the subcontinent, this part of the world. You're going about Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli for India. And then you think about even New Zealand, Kane Williamson. Those usual suspects where fans want their star quality to do well. And just on that with Bubba, yeah, very frustrating, I think, for fans and coaching staff alike. Getting to 25-30, looking good and actually timing the so-and-sos off it and then getting out. So that's the thing they're going to have to work out. Well, he has to himself, Bubba.
Okay, before we wrap, I'm going to put the same question to both my guests. Sana, you without Pakistan and Danny without New Zealand, which other team you think is going to be the one who's going to pose a huge threat to everybody?
New Zealand, I think, to start with. South Africa also, I think they form a very solid side. I think these two I will definitely go with. India is playing in Dubai, so there the matches will be tricky. So they are always there. You can't ever write them off. Australia, as they have suffered so many injuries. So
You've chosen
sure.
everyone.
No, I was thinking about semi-finals. These four in the semis.
Okay.
Semis, nice.
Yeah.
Hard to go past the Aussies at time, even though they have had a lot of injuries. You just said, Secunda. But the Aussies in World Cups, you know, tough. India, again, the usual suspects. Can South Africa get their bowling department sorted? Again, so I'm looking for, and Pakistan as my fourth side.
You're still here, that's what I was about to say.
I want to leave and get out alive.
Danny, you have a safe flight. Always amazing to have you here. And we also like to thank other friend of mine.
He missed out Bangladesh and he'll be going to Bangladesh.
He's going, well, yeah, he's a long flight here, all the way. He likes to hold the air like this. Okay, and of course, Vernon Philander, thank you so much for joining us here from all of us, everyone at the crew and the people, the fans, whoever were here. I hope you've enjoyed our coverage. And we will see you soon because lots and lots of cricket is lined up here in this part of the world. Hope you've enjoyed this one. Congratulations to New Zealand once again. It's goodbye and good night.